Hey founders, welcome back to the CFO Edge. Today we are diving into a juicy conversation I recently had with one of my clients, and I think many of you might be asking the same question. Would it be okay if we focused on profitability and grow at 3x instead of chasing 5x growth and pushing break-even down the road? It has stopped me in my tracks. Because behind that one question is a bigger question we are quietly wrestling with. In a tight funding market, should you slow down your growth to focus on profitability, or is it that playing it too safe? Let's unpack that. First of all, profitability does not equal a small thinking. That's the odd narrative, the 2021 narrative. We are in a very different market now, and the playbook is evolving. When founders ask about slowing down growth, what they're often really asking is, can I grow responsibly and still be seen as ambitious? Will investors take me seriously if I'm not burning capital at scale? Am I missing out by not going all in on hypergrowth? Here is the truth. Focusing on profitability can be one of the boldest strategic decisions you make, but only if it's a choice, not a compromise. Let's look at the landscape. Capital is expensive. Valuations are tighter. Investors are asking harder questions about burn, margins, and path to break even. So, if you can't raise the money you need to sustain aggressive growth, you must pivot toward operational efficiency. And frankly, that's smart. But if you can raise and you are still choosing profitability, now the question becomes, are you doing it because it's the right call for your business model, or because you are scared of stepping into the next level? That's where intention matters more than optics. Let me give you two fictional but similar profiles. Startup A. They are post-seed, tight runway, but fundable in the current climate. So they focus on margin improvements, expanding revenue streams, and hitting profitability. Their story to investors? We did more with less, and we are scalable. And then now let's talk about the startup B. They just raised a Series A. They are in a winner-takes-all market, and their customer acquisition cost is still healthy. But leadership is pulling back, chasing efficiency too early, and growth stalls. Their story? We were afraid to use the capital we had. Same outcome, a slow growth, but the why behind each decision is completely different. That difference, a strategy versus hesitation, can shape and reshape your trajectory. Here's how I responded to my client, if you are wondering. I said, this isn't about playing small. If the market isn't rewarding high burn and you are not sitting on capital, then focusing on profitability is actually a power move. You are not waiting on a runway. You are building your own plane. But if you do have the resources to grow and are just tightening because it's more comfortable, then we need to talk. Because comfort is not a growth strategy. And in a competitive market, staying too comfortable can cost you time, relevance, and your valuation. So, what investors actually want? Let's debunk something. Investors don't only want 5x growth. They want clarity. They want conviction. They want to know, do you understand your model? Can you articulate how cash turns into traction? Are you choosing your path, or is it the market choosing it for you? If you show up with intentionality and evidence, for example, to say, here is why we are pacing at 3x growth. Here's our cash burn. Here's our margin trajectory. You are building trust. And trust is a currency, just like revenue. So what is the real cost of growth? Let's talk about that. Growth at all costs, it comes with, costs. You risk burning out your team. You may invest in channels or hires that aren't ready. You often sacrifice product depth for market noise. Whereas a more sustainable growth path lets you build a strong unit economics, lay operational foundations, and reach break-even on your terms. Again, it's not a one-size-fits-all, but understanding the cost of growth helps you make trade-offs intentionally. So, should you grow at 3x instead of 5x? If that 3x is a smart, a strategic, and aligned with your model, yes. If that 3x is driven by fear, indecision, or overcorrection, let's rethink it. Here is your CFO pro tip. Profitability is not the enemy of growth. It's just another route to building a business you own, rather than one you have to constantly sell to survive. Choose the path that helps you sleep at night, grow with intention, and show up to your next investor meeting with a story you are proud to tell. If you want to dig deeper into your startup financial path, you know where to find me. You can also listen to past episodes like what it really costs to run a startup or forecasting without the fluff. And hey, if you're finding value in these episodes, I'd love it if you share it with another founder who is thinking about their next move. This is the CFO Edge, and I'll see you next week.